Today, you and I are going to turn your Forger into a mermaid. Last month, I drew Anya as a mermaid, and I heard a lot of you guys asking me to draw yours, so, well, here we are. Hello, I am Merlot, and I am a traditional artist. It's time to get started. How would you design yours as a mermaid? What colors would you use, and what fish would she be inspired by? I'd love to hear, so comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to keep drawing with me again. Now, when it comes to ideas and inspo, the first thing I thought about YOR is that she lives two different lives. She's an assassin, but she's also a very kind and sweet mother as well, which is pretty ironic. YOR is one of my favorite characters for multiple reasons, from her colors, to the roses, to even her personality. It's just, she's relatable to me. We have a lot in common. I've had people tell me I should dress up as her, so I did. I cosplayed as YOR. Needless to say, she's one of my favorites. So I had to draw her today because I could not have drawn Anya without drawing YOR. My wall just looked undone. There was a piece missing. So here we are. When I was coming up with the background for this drawing, I thought about doing the ocean and the generic cliche under the water Little Mermaid thing, and I was just so bored with that idea. And then I remembered, YOR loves wine. So why not put this mermaid in a wine glass? So that's what we went with, and I looked at a lot of Hollywood aesthetic, old Hollywood themed things, and that gave me a lot of inspiration too, a lot of good poses, the pinup kind of style. I love that for YOR. And then for her accessories, I went with a shell headband with some kelp coming down instead of ribbons. I added her necklace, I did some shell earrings, and I made her little needle a needlefish needle. I didn't even know needlefishes existed. I just looked up dangerous fish, and that came up, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. And then for her tail, I made it a shark because, well, she just has a shark kind of dangerous feel to her when she's out doing her secretive work. And what better fish than a shark for her, right? Except I made it a little bit more feminine, and then I went with a more black and red color scheme because I couldn't make up my mind what color I wanted her tail to be. So why not both? I even found this beautiful top on Pinterest that I really loved, so I added that too and changed it a little bit so it'd be more fitting for my drawing. I didn't want to just go with black for everything. Don't you think she'd wear that? I really feel like she'd wear that. This was my first time coloring with watercolor, well, since I was 7. And I gotta say, when you're 7 years old, you do not have the same patience you do when you're 20. So it was a lot easier to use watercolor now than it was then, and I have a greater understanding for it after working with marker for so long, as it acts a lot in the same way. So I'm so glad I tried watercolors with my markers this time, and I was able to cover so much area, and it was so much more efficient than just markering all that paper in. And the results were a lot smoother too, so I'm very happy. As for the wine glass, I picked out something with some pearls on it to make it a little bit more ocean themed than just like a plain wine glass. I also added that too. Just thinking outside the box always, how can you make something more original, more unique, and more true to the character and their personality? I started with some washes, and then I worked my way into build up the layers and get the base colors done, and then add on top of that. I used a lot of marker for my fine details and sharpening edges. There were some parts I had to go back over because the watercolor covered it up, but that's fine. No worries. And then after that, I used water to blend my marker and the paint together. And for the lighting and tint, taking a light wash with my water and my paint and going over the whole thing in a red-violet gave it a nice pink kind of tone to it when it was all done, instead of just a plain white washed out look. Then I added a dripping effect from the wine glass to give it a bit more interest because it looked a little boring to me. So I took my brush and I just splotched some colors on and got a little abstract with it, which was really fun. I'm probably going to name this drawing Mulberry. Also, if you guys have any ideas for characters, themes, concepts that you'd like to see, be sure to comment them below, as I do read the comments and I'd love to be inspired by you guys. Thank you so much for all your support as always, and I can't wait to create with you again. Bye bye!